Hi guys, we are doing 1/5, divide fractions by fractions. Okay, so we have learned when we're dividing fractions we need to do something called keep, change, flip. Okay, and so that gives us our process of how to do this, and it allows us to solve fractions using multiplication instead of division, because when we're timesing something or multiplying something, it's a little bit easier than dividing by something. Okay, so when we do this, she did this one in class, but in case you weren't there, we keep, change, flip. We keep our 1/3, we change divide to times, and we flip 1/12. So we have to find the reciprocal of 1/12, so we flip it so the 12's on top and the 1's on the bottom. Now we do some reducing, okay? And this is where you need either a multiplication chart or a good base knowledge of your multiplication facts in your head. That will really help. So if you don't have those multiplication facts down very well, that's something that I encourage you to continue to practice at home until you get those, because it's going to make math later on easier for you. Okay, faster, quicker, the thinking process of it will be better. So I can't reduce 1 and 1, that's as low as they go, but I can recognize that 3 and 12 have some common factors, okay, and so I can reduce. So what times what? I ask myself, what times what equals 3? The only thing that makes 3 is 1 times 3. I need to cross one of these off, and I always want to try to cross off the bigger number, okay? So I want to cross the 3 off. 3 times what equals 12? Well, it happens to be 3 times 4 equals 12. Now I can cross my 3's off because they're alike, and I circle the number that I have left. And so when I multiply straight across, I get 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 over 1 is just simply 4. Okay? So let's go up to 13. Keep, change, flip. Okay? I keep my 2/5 just as it is. I change this to times, and I flip 10 over 1. Okay? Now when I reduce, I cannot reduce 2 and 1. I can't divide anything out of both of those. Okay? 1 is as low as it goes, so I can't get this one smaller. But I can reduce 5 and 10. I can divide a 5 out of both of those, and I know that because 1 times 5 is 5, and 5 times 2 is 10. So I can cross off the one that's alike and keep the other number. Now I can go ahead and multiply straight across, and I get 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 over 1 is simply 4. Okay? So this next spot, 14 through 25, I can do. Okay, there's not a lot of room here, so if you feel like you need more room, then you're going to have to just write it on another piece of paper, okay? On a graph paper or something like this. Alright, I'm going to just do it right here on this paper. So I know that I have to keep, change, flip. And I'm going to do that for all of them, right? So keep, change, flip. And if you need to write keep, change, flip, then you write it, alright, if that helps you. I keep my 2/3. I change divide to times, and I flip my 1 over 3 to 3 over 1. I love it when this happens. I can reduce these 2 3's. When I have numbers that are the exact same, I cross them off and I make them 1's. Okay? I cannot reduce 2 and 1 because 1 is as low as it goes. So now I just multiply straight across. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 over 1 is simply 2. Okay? 15. Keep my 1/2. Change, divide to times. Flip 1/16 to be 16 over 1. Okay? I can't reduce 1 and 1. That's as low as it goes. But I can recognize that I can divide a 2 out of both of these. They're both even. Okay? So I know that 1 times 2 is 2. I know that 2 times 8 is 16. I can divide out my 2's and keep my other number. So when I multiply straight across, I get 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 8 over 1 is simply 8. Okay? 1/4 I keep. Change, divide to times. Flip to 12 over 1. 1 and 1 are low as they go, but I can recognize that I can divide a 4 out of both of these. I know that 1 times 4 is 4, and 4 times 3 is 12. So I'm going to get rid of the 4's and keep my other number. Now when I multiply straight across, I get 1 times 3 over 1 times 1. 3 over 1 is just 3. Let's do 17. Keep 6 over 7. Change to times. Flip to 7 over 3. Okay, my favorite thing happened. I have 7's that are the same. Okay, so I cross off my 7's and make them 1's. That's the best reduction I can do. It's the easiest, okay, when you have two numbers the same. I can recognize also that I can divide a 3 out of both of these. I know that 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 2 is 6. I can get rid of the 3's, and I can keep the other number. Okay? So now when I multiply straight across, I get 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 over 1 is 2. Okay, 18, sorry. There we go. So this is keep, change, flip. I don't have enough space to write it up here, but I've got it up here. Keep, change, flip, so you can see it, okay? I keep my 5 over 14. I change to times, and I flip 4/7 to be 7 over 4. Okay? The first that I recognize right away that I can do is 7 and 14. I can divide a 7 out of both. So 1 times 7 is 7, and 7 times 2 is 14. I cross off my 7's because they're alike. I keep my other number. 5 and 4 don't reduce any further. I can't divide anything out of them. I could divide a 2 out of 4, but I can't divide 2 out of 5 evenly. Okay? So, now I just multiply, and I have 5 times 1 is 5, and 2 times 4 is 8. My fraction is right. It's not an improper fraction. The number on the top is smaller, so all is right in the world. And so that is my answer. 5/8. Okay? 5/8 divided by 1/2. I keep my 5/8. I change divide to times, and I flip 2 over 1. Okay? I know that I cannot reduce 5 and 1. 1 is as low as it goes. But I can reduce 2 and 8. I can divide a 2 out. So I know the factors of 2 are 1 times 2. The factors of 8 are 2 times 4. I'm going to cross off my 2's because they're the same. Keep my other number. Now I can multiply straight across. 5 times 1 is 5. 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, my top number is bigger. I don't like that. That's called an improper fraction. Now I need to make it into a mixed number. Okay, so how do I do that when my top number is bigger? Well, I say to myself, how many times does 4 go into 5? 1 time. I can take one group of 4 out of there. 1 times 4 is 4. So if I've used up 4 of these, how many do I have left? Well, there's only 5 there, so if I've used up 4, I only have 1 left. And my denominator stays the same. Okay? So my answer for this one is 1 1/4. Number 20. 7 over 12 is, we keep it. We stays the same, so we keep it. We change divide to times, and we flip 3 over 4 to be 4 over 3. I know 7 and 3 won't reduce out of, I can't reduce anything out of either one of them, okay? But I can recognize 4 and 12. So 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. I can reduce the 4 out and keep the other number. Now I can multiply. 7 times 1 is 7. 3 times 3 is 9. The top number is smaller, so this is just a regular fraction. I do not need to change it or do anything else with it. Okay? Keep, change, flip. Keep my 2 over 7. Change divide to times. Flip 1/2 to be 2 over 1. Now you say, yay, there's 2 2's. Nope, I can't reduce those. I can only reduce diagonally. Okay, so 2 and 1 can't reduce because 1 is as low as it goes. And 2 and 7 can't reduce because I can't divide a number out of either one of these. Okay, that's the same. So now I know I just multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. 7 times 1 is 7. That is a regular fraction. So there's my answer. Okay. 22. 4 divided by 9. Keep it. Change divide to times. Flip 2/3 to be 3 over 2. I can reduce both of these sides, okay? I know that 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. This is why you need those multiplication facts. That's where it comes in handy. I cross off my 3 and keep my other number. I know that 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. So I cross off my 2's and keep my other number. Now I multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. That's a regular fraction. Done. Keep, change, flip. Keep my 7/12. Change to times. Flip to 8 over 1. 7 and 1 is reduced as low as it goes. Can't get 1 any lower. But I can reduce a 4 out of both of these. Okay? So 4 times 2 and 4 times 3. If I take my 4's off, because they're the same, and keep my other number, now when I multiply, if 7 times 2 is 14, 3 times 1 is 3. Top number's bigger, the world is wrong, I need to fix this. Okay? So now this is where I recognize I change it into a mixed number. And so I say to myself, how many times does 3 go into 14? If you're not sure, use your multiplication chart. Go down the 3's until you find a number close to 14, which is 12. Slide it over. It went in 4 times. So I know it can go in there 4 whole times. 4 times 3 is 12. So if there's 14 of them, and I've used up 12, how many do I have left? Well, I can take 12 in my head and count up. 12, 13, 14. Well, that's 2 left, and my denominator stays the same at 3. Okay? I have 3/10, keep, change to times, flip to 5/3. I love it when I get 2 3s. Cross them off and make them 1s. I can divide out 5 and 10, so 1 times 5 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10. Cross off my 5s, keep my other number. Multiply straight over. 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 1 is 2. That's a regular fraction. Okay? 2/5, I keep, divide to times, flip, 8/1. Okay? I cannot reduce here, and I cannot reduce here. So now I just multiply. 2 times 8 is 16. 5 times 1 is 5. Whoop, this is wrong. The big number's on the top, so I have to say, how many times does 5 go into 16? If I count 5, 10, 15, I know I can get it in there 3 whole times. 3 times 5 is 15. If there's 16 of them, and I've used up 15, how many do I have left? 1 left, and my denominator is the same. Okay? 26. A large bag contains 12/15 pound of granola. How many 1/3 pound bags can be filled with this amount of granola? How much granola is left over? So if I have 12/15 of a pound, and I want to divide that into 1/3 bags, okay, 1/3 of a pound bags, how many do I get? Well, keep, change, flip. I'm going to let you work this one out. 27. Find this. So, Mrs. McCall crossed off the other stuff. She just wants you to solve, keep, change, flip. Okay? Solve it. I want you to try it. 28. The area of a rectangular painting is 1/6 square yard. The width is 2/3 yards. What is the length of the painting? Use the formula to help. So this is saying that we have the area is 1/6, and we have the width is 2/3. Okay? And we are going to divide these. So keep, change, flip. Okay? Try to solve it. Solve for n in the equation. So basically, just solve this. 13/16 divided by 1/6. Keep, change, flip. Try and solve it. Then we have one left to do, number 32 on the back. How many 1/4 inch pieces can be cut from a piece of metal 5/8 inch long? So if we have a piece of metal 5/8 inches, and I need to divide them into 1/4 inch pieces, what do you get? Keep, change, flip. Try those, okay? If you need help, go back and look at the front and see how I did it. Use the same process. All right, hope this helps.